What's happening, everyone? We are back today with another video on the channel. We are working on the Caddy this week. Yes, we're getting some more videos out there, which is quite nice, and we're making the interior that bit nicer again this week. So there is a section just above your head where it's sort of a cubby hole and then part headliner as well. We are going to be removing the headliner section and matching it to the back in carpet. Reason being is we just want it to all tie in, and we're not doing the rest of it because hopefully in the near future we'll have a little surprise for you on that one. But yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so we need to start by getting this trim off, which is one clip here, and then there will be bolt here, which one's missing on this one, and here. So we'll just quickly get them off, and then we'll do the same with the other side as well. So as you can see, if it doesn't come undone like this one didn't, you just got to sometimes give them a little lever and then they will just fall out. Okay, so now we need to get this section all off. So we need to get obviously the sun visor out, which is a little T20 here. Obviously the oh shit handle, you'll just ping down these little clips and probably be little T20s behind it as well. And then you've got a little cover here that you just take off, and it should be another T20. And obviously you'll probably just have to unclip your interior light as well. So we'll just quickly get all this off. Okay, just place that to one side. And then handle should come clean off with no issues. Right, with the interior light, you just got to ping this lens off, which Luke's going to do now, and then it will reveal two little screw holes for a T20 as well. And then once you've done them, there's two little clips either side that you just need to ping out of the way, and then as you can see, it will drop down. Just disconnect the multi-plug. Once that's unplugged, you will see another two screws, which are T20 as well. Okay, so obviously as you saw, once you got them visor clips out, we can now just drop the headliner out of the van, exposing the material version for us to remove. Okay, so it's just basically a case of these B-pillar trims now, which do somewhat pull away if you give them a bit of force.
There's a little clip in there, so you just have to reattach the clip after and bash it back on.
As you can see there's a little clip, both of them are popped out, so you just reinsert it into here and then we should be good to go. And then the next one obviously is your A-pillars, which you will just pull off, which are held in by clips as well. As you can see, we can now get the liner out. I'll have to refit that clip as it's come out of the actual pillar itself, but that's not a problem. And now we can just get the actual liner out of the way of the trims, enabling us to take it down. So once we have removed the pillar trims from the van, we was then able to manipulate the headliner past them and in turn get it removed from the van. Obviously, with it now being removed, we can show you the next step into removing the material from the base. All you need to do is just literally run your hand across the edge and find a point to peel, and it will literally just peel off, as you can see, quite nicely. It's quite a nice solid fiberglass base. As you can see now, the only issue is there are a few strands of fiberglass stuck to the base, so we will have to remove them. But other than that, as you can see, it peels off quite nicely and it's quite a nice solid base to work with. So as you can see now, we've got the bare carcass of the actual liner itself. Material ripped off quite nicely. It's left some fiberglass strands, as you can see. So we're just going to quickly get them off. Ready for the new carpet to be fitted on top. So now for the worst part of the job, we had to get all of the fiberglass strands off of the headliner base. The reason being for this is because the carpet will not stick to it properly and will probably end up peeling in a couple of weeks time, and we don't want to do this, so it's best to just take the time and do it properly. So the worst part was now over. We can then start applying spray adhesive to the actual headliner base to get it ready to apply the carpet. Ideally you want to do this with 2 people to get an even coverage of the carpet, and be sure to spray some adhesive on the carpet side too. Once we had covered the actual headliner base, we were then able to then stretch the carpet, peel it back, manipulate it, do what you need to do to get this covered right, because you want it nice and tight to the base to ensure that it's not going to lift. As you can see, Luke's quite generous with the actual spray adhesive itself, but you just need to get as much coverage as you can and make sure that it does stick and does not lift. Once you have done this, you'll then want to cut around the edges with a blade to make sure all the edges are true and there is no excess carpet remaining. Once you've cleared all the edges, you then want to move on to all the openings for like the handles and the interior light. We would advise cutting diagonally on them to ensure that you can get the best coverage and you don't leave any white spots that will reveal the headliner base and stick out compared to the nice grey carpet that we're fitting. Okay, so got the headliner all trimmed now. When you're doing this, just make sure you go diagonal cuts. If you didn't see in the time-lapse clip, as you can see all along, just to make sure it gets the areas covered. Just go all the way around to make sure the whole thing is covered without showing any of the inside fiberglass material. So what we'll do is we'll flip it over and show you what the other side looks like. Which I think looks really nice. You wouldn't even see none of the edges, which is what you want, and it's going to tie in very nice to the rear of the van, which we carpeted a couple of weeks ago. It's come out probably better than what I expected, because it's actually taken to the fiberglass really well, and it's nicely shaped around obviously all the contours of the actual headliner itself. I think it's going to tie really well with the van. So yeah, let's get it fitted. So we're now placing the headliner back into its original place and refitting the B and A pillar trims. Once we have got the clips all back and secured into those, we are fitting the next section of the headlining, which is the big plastic trim that goes across, which now enables us to fit the interior light as well as the oh shit handles, along with the sun visor clips and the sun visors. Then once we have done all this, we made sure all the remaining screws were secured for the original headliner trim, and then we was able to fit the bulkhead covers that we previously made in an old video of ours. We've now finished fitting the headliner, and I must say, from what it did look like to now, I think we've done a fantastic job and it ties in with the van really well. I'm so happy with the way this has come out. Such a simple thing can look so amazing. Alright guys, so that's all for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Bit of a small one, but I really think it made a difference to the inside of the van, and it's tying in really nice with the rear end that we did the other week. For more content on the van, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe and turn the notifications bell on to see what we will do with the other section of headliner that goes above the driver. I'm sure you'll be very interested if you was in the video today, because it's really going to transform the inside, so stay tuned. Take it easy.